Reading from Bhagavad-gita, chapter 4, text 13. Chaturvarnyam maya srishtam guna karma vibhagasha tasya kartaram apimam vidhi akartaram avyayam. Translation, according to the three modes of material nature and the work associated with them, the four divisions of human society are created by me. And although I am the creator of this system, you should know that I am yet the non-doer, being unchangeable. Purport: the Lord is the creator of everything. Everything is born of Him. Everything is sustained by Him. And everything after annihilation rests in Him. He is therefore the creator of the four divisions of the social order, beginning with the intelligent class of men, technically called Brahmanas, due to their being situated in the mode of goodness. Next is the administrative class, technically called the Kshatriyas, due to their being situated in the mode of passion. The mercantile men, called the Vaishyas, are situated in the mixed modes of passion and ignorance. And the Shudras or liberal class are situated in the ignorant mode of material nature. In spite of his creating the four divisions of human society, Lord Krishna does not belong to any of these divisions, because he is not one of the conditioned souls, a section of whom form human society. Human society is similar to any other animal society. But to elevate men from the animal status, the above mentioned divisions are created by the Lord for the systematic development of Krishna consciousness. The tendency of a particular man toward work is determined by the modes of material nature which he has acquired. Such symptoms of life, according to the different modes of material nature, are described in the 18th chapter of this book. A person in Krishna consciousness, however, is above even the Brahmanas. Although Brahmanas by quality are supposed to know about Brahman, the supreme absolute truth, most of them approach only the impersonal Brahman, manifestation of Lord Krishna. But a man who transcends the limited knowledge of a Brahmana and reaches the knowledge of the supreme personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, becomes a person in Krishna consciousness, or in other words, a Vaishnava. Krishna consciousness includes knowledge of all different plenary expansions of Krishna, namely Rama, Narasimha, Varaha, etc. And as Krishna is transcendental to this system of four divisions of human society, a person in Krishna consciousness is also transcendental to all divisions of human society, whether we consider the divisions of community, nation, or species. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vikasa Swami. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyadi Paschata Dishatavine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare. Chaturvarnya maya srishtam guna karma vibhagasha tasya kartaram apimam vidhi akartaram avyayam. According to the three modes of material nature and the work associated with them, the four divisions of human society are created by me. And although I am the creator of this system, you should know that I am yet the non-doer, being unchangeable. We've come to chapter 4 in the place where they speak about Varnashram. You would have read this, isn't it? You read past this chapter. So Varnashram, we understand, very familiar topic. But we have some kind of, what is the source of Varnashram here? Krishna is saying, Srishtam means creator, created. He says he's the source. Krishna is source of everything. Aham sarvasya prabhavo. He says in 10.8 of Gita, I am source of everything, material and spiritual worlds. And in Srimad Bhagavatam, Janmadi asya yataha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. I offer my obeisance to Vasudev, the one who is the beginning, maintainer, and end of everything. Janmadi asya yataha. So Krishna is source of everything. Here, it's showing that he is source of Varnashram. Many people say this Varnashram caste system from India, oppressive, exploitative, many things. When we speak about Varnashram, even within ISKCON, they're afraid to implement it because people will say, why are you exploiting people? Why are you putting divisions? Okay, it's a good concern. But now let's look at where is that caste system. We are saying it's in India, but actually it's all over the world. In every society, you'll find a class of people who are intelligent, guiding the society, making decisions, and involved in acquiring knowledge and teaching knowledge. Then you have another class, Kshatriyas. Well, okay, we'll not give names. You have another class of people who are governing society. They're managing, and they're also in the army. Martial class and military, yeah, martial class of people. They're good at manipulating people. Okay, so that is intelligent class who are governing, not governing. Intelligent class are studying and teaching. Okay, then you Hare Krishna. Okay, then you have the martial class of people. They are in charge of managing. Okay, this is in any society. And third class of people in any society, we are looking at Bhagavad-gita chapter 4, text 13. Third class of people, business. They'll be very good at business. They'll want to do business. And not only business, farming, and they'll be farming, keeping animals, growing crops. So that is third class of people. They'll be in every society. And the fourth class is laborers. They cannot do anything, so they'll just be helping. They'll take some minimum wage. They'll not be very good at managing their life or following anything or learning anything. Now, any society has these four classes of people: intelligent class, martial class, business class, laborer class. Even if you go in England, you'll find them. In America, in China. It is natural. Now, Krishna is saying, I created this division. Now, we are saying, caste system in India, it's not good. Not only India, everywhere. But the difference is that in India, they, based on Shastra, found out the four classes and trained them according to their work. And people were happy. How do we know people were happy? Because if you just analyze that, if you read Bhagavatam and Srimad Mahabharata, all these books, you see that actually the whole world was ruled from India. From Hastinapur, from Delhi, they were ruling the whole world. Parikshit Maharaj, Ikshvaku, Lord Ram, actually this is there. Now people don't accept that, that's their problem. This is history, itihas, and it's accepted in India, these books. So we understand that the whole world was ruled from India. And so Prabhupada is saying, India ruled the world for millions of years. Almost billion, because, billion. Because Dwapar Yuga is 800,000 years. No, not billion, million. Dwapar Yuga is 864,000 years. Then Treta Yuga before that was 1.7 million years. So already 2.5 million. And Satya Yuga was 2.5 million approximately. Okay, so my point is, India ruled the world for millions of years, but no one fought. No one said, why are you ruling? They were happy. Prabhupada said that they were happy. Now, Britain tried to rule, everyone threw them out. Then America is trying to rule through economy. They also, people are not happy. Now, religious systems, Islam is spreading in many countries. People are not happy also. Some are happy, some are not happy. So any attempt to dominate, people are not happy. Why are you dominating? Why are you bringing your system? But not with Vedic system. Everyone was happy. Why were they happy? Think about it like this. In society, you have four divisions of people. Everyone fits in these four. We are not saying why you do that, you become that. It's just that people are, some are inclined to study, some are not. Why are you forcing them? Others are inclined to fight. They'll all join army. Their family will join. Their grandfather join. Grandchild will join. They like to fight. They like army. So they are like that. Then you'll have business people. They're so good at business. They didn't do one day of college, but they'll employ all these IIT people. They'll come and work for them. So people are inclined. And farming and business and making money, they'll be very good. And you'll have people, laborer, they'll not know anything. You put them in school, it'll be a waste, they'll make a mess. And they'll not be happy. Why to study? They'll not want to pass. But they're very good at carrying out orders and helping. So these four divisions are there. And it's simply that in India, the Shastra identifies them and trains them accordingly. If you put someone who cannot do business, and you tell now you earn your money, he'll not be able to, he'll make a mess, he'll get a loan, then he'll enter depression, I cannot pay my loan and all. And he studied until MS or BTech. But on the other hand, you get someone who's a businessman, you tell him do business, he'll do it. And I mentioned many times that such a man, you know what Eskimo is? Eskimo? Eskimo are people who live in North Pole, South Pole, they live there. So such a person is so smart, he'll find a way to sell snow to Eskimo. Or another expression, he'll sell sand to an Arab, to people living in the desert. Sand is everywhere. But he's so smart, he'll find a way, he'll sell and make money, and that is his experience. So that is the thing, that the people of one kind, they cannot do work of another. So the Vedic system is you divide and everyone do. Now, who will take which role? That depends on what they can do. Does not depend on birth. Usually, you have a doctor mother, doctor father, son is born, he'll be trained as a doctor. But not always. So, okay, now that it's called Varnashram. Varnashram is 2 words, Varna and Ashram. Varna means occupation. This is the occupation. Ashram means spiritual order, which means that according to the stage of life and spiritual level, they'll take student, brahmachari, or grahastha, vanaprasth, or sannyas. Okay, so in the Varnashram system, people are divided up according to Varna and Ashram. Okay, so as I said, it is everywhere, but only in the Vedic culture, they train them so that the person who becomes a government, Kshatriya, is a Kshatriya, not Shudra or Vaishya, who will not do the role properly. And a Brahmin who's taking role as studying and teaching, he has very good qualities, truthful, and doesn't take salary. And very simple. He'll not take advantage, he'll not accumulate wealth, he'll simply teach, study and teach. So Brahmanas are trained as Brahmins. And therefore society will function perfectly. Krishna is speaking about this, the Chatur Varna. Chatur Varna Maya Sishtam. I created it. So in this way, by establishing the Varnashram system, society runs very smoothly. And this was all over the world. We'll not learn this in school, but don't be surprised. In school, many things we won't learn, like about God. He'll not teach many things. But one thing is that the role of India in the past was that it was ruling the world. Vedic culture was the de facto culture, and Vedic religious system was the de facto religion. And it is not Indian actually, it is for the souls, all the souls. Vedic culture is meant for the souls, and all of them can take part. But gradually people left because you need a level of purity to follow Vedic culture and religion. And so other systems manifest. So the Vedic culture remained in India because India is supposed to be the most pious land, Punya Bhumi. In the whole planet, anyone who's most pious will take birth in India. It's a fact. So the Varnashram system, Krishna says, he created. He put these divisions. So if God created, it must be something good, it should be followed. Okay, but it was followed in the wrong way. So now people had a bad experience. They don't want it again. But then what will we follow? Now, whatever we're following now has made a big mess in the society. Those who are supposed to be ruling the country, nation, state, or village are, with very few exceptions, completely wrong people to do it. Those who are supposed to be teachers are not teachers. They have worst habits. It's supposed to be a Brahminical task, but teachers are drinking alcohol, teaching wrong habits to students, smoking cigarette. Okay, those who are doing business, they are not taught proper ethics. They are not taught how to do business, what to do. Role of the Vaishya is meant to take care of cows, then draw the milk from the cows and spread it in society. That's what they meant to do, the Vaishya class, but now they're just making money. And another class, another thing is Vaishyas are supposed to donate very liberally to Brahmanas, sannyasis, brahmacharis, because they're meant to be engaged in the work of dharma propagation. If sannyasis, brahmacharis said, okay, we'll propagate dharma, we'll earn our own money also. So people say, hey, what are you doing idle? Do some work. Do some work. Get a job. So, okay, if we get a job, sannyasi get a job, and we live ourselves and propagate, how much will we teach? We'll be doing our work whole day. Then we cannot really teach anything. So we are meant to just focus on that, and others will derive benefit from dharma. They will contribute. Contribute means mostly Vaishyas. A large part will be Vaishyas. So they're meant to grow and draw out the milk, distribute it, and the grains and distribute it, and organize trade so that someone will make the pot. But we are not making iron. They're making iron in that village. We'll take the pot and give them and take iron. They'll organize trade and make everything available. Vaishyas. So in this system, we can see actually Varnashram system was almost a perfect system. You can say perfect. What is imperfect is the people taking part. They'll have their tendency for exploiting and all that. That we have to correct. But it's a system by which society functioned for millions of years. Everything went on nicely. But the problem is then that exploitive mentality came in. Then the Brahmanas started to take advantage and exploit the lower class and Kshatriyas. Why did exploitive effect come? And that came two reasons. One is Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga came, and in Kali Yuga, the effect of Rajagun and Tamagun is strong. It will affect everything. As we start Satya, Treta, Dwapar, Kali. You understand these? You understand 4 yugas. Now, the initial Satya Yuga, everything was pure, but towards the end, vice crept in, sinful activity. Then Treta Yuga became more, Kali Yuga it will become so much. So the effect is so bad that it affected everyone. So now Brahmanas got affected. Then they were the first, then Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, then Shudras, being at the lowest, they were exploited a lot. Then they rejected, why should we do this? Because they saw Brahmanas are not really Brahmanas. Kshatriyas are not anymore Kshatriyas. So why shall I respect? Otherwise, a Brahmana will command respect because he'll be very simple. He'll not take salary. He'll live simply. He'll speak knowledge, be immersed in knowledge. Naturally, he'll command respect. But then, not anymore. He didn't command respect. So, because then they said, then why shall we respect you? Why should we? You also work like us. You also. Everything broke down. So, exploitative spirit came due to Kali Yuga. And then that guna, and then another thing, that Krishna consciousness, the philosophical understanding of who I am, what is this world, that went. Then people could not understand, why should I be in this position? Why shall I do this? So then it broke down. Now, having broke down because people are against caste, varnashram, they don't want it. Why should I be exploited? But then, okay, next question, we're not going to have it. But then you tell me, how do we organize society? We need to organize so that they are teachers, laborers, businessmen, organizing. They're not organizing anything. Everyone is doing what they want. And what is the result? Someone's wearing saffron, holding some religious book, speaking all nonsense, nothing. He's posing as a guru, he's not. Okay, and other people coming, I rule the country, elect me, he elect him, then he's filling up his bank account. He's a Vaishya, taking role as a government. Then he's making money, doing scams. Or he'll be a Shudra. If he's a Shudra, which by the way, in Kali Yuga, 99% are Shudras. If you see qualities according to, don't see birth. So Shudra takes power. What does he do? Shudras don't care anything about dharma, nothing religion. They'll oppose the religion. What will they do? They'll spread meat eating, adharma. They'll persecute religious people. They'll spread alcohol, cheap alcohol, no tax, meat eating. Generally, irreligious principles will spread in society because of the tendency of Shudra. So how can he come in government? He will come because there is no organization. There is no training anymore. Varnashram is not there. So Shudra will take power, or Vaishya. And then people, they in army, we want people to join army. Everyone join, or anyone who wants can join. Then, okay, say a Vaishya joins, or a Brahmana, we need money, or we don't know what to do. Okay, let's join the army. Then the war will start, fighting, and everyone, they'll get out, run away. They'll run away. They'll not fight. They'll not be able to do some heroic deed. Kshatriya qualities described in chapter 18 of Bhagavad-gita, Yuddhecha apalayanam. They're different quality. One is, you should not run in battle. Tejo Shori, Tejo Driti, Tejo Shori, Driti Daksham, Yuddhecha apalayanam. Teja means strength. They should be strong. Teja Shori means chivalry, heroic. They can go and risk their life, no problem. Tejo Shori, Driti. Driti means they're determined to fight. No matter what, we have few people, we don't know how we will do it. We'll do it. Determined. Daksham, expert. They're expert planning, manipulating army, manipulating people, political cheating. They have to do that. Kshatriya has to do that. Driti Daksham, Yuddhecha apalayanam, does not run from battle. Yuddhecha apa, Yuddha. They should not run from the battle. So now you put Shudra in army or Vaishya, then they'll run away. So that's not much of an army. Indian army was so powerful that British took, because people joining are who? Sikhs, Gurkhas, traditionally, all Kshatriyas. So then they took Indian army to fight in Middle East. They conquered many Middle Eastern countries in Iraq, and Indian army. They took them till Germany to fight. They understood these are fighters. So Varnashram system is important, and if you take it away, then the society will collapse. All the wrong people will occupy wrong positions. So now any scripture in Shastra, because Shastra has different messages, the main component, the highest part of Shastra is Bhagavad Dharma, which is explaining directly, this is God, I am a servant of God, I must serve him. Bhagavad-gita says Bhagavatam. But maybe not Shiv Puran, maybe not other parts of Vedas. Like Manusmriti, it has its role. It will not talk about this knowledge. So anytime knowledge is given about who we are, who is God, how to serve him, then at the same time Varnashram is given. That you do bhakti, but organize your society so that it's peaceful, it works, and then we can do bhakti. Now like this, we cannot do bhakti. Because the Shudra takes government. I want to chant Hare Krishna. I want to build a temple, and he's closing the temple. Or they're destroying the temple. Then how are we going to do bhakti? And I'm saying, okay, now it happened before in Bengal, the communist time. I don't know now, that the communists took power, and then the sadhus and sannyasis will go around. They'll knock at the door, open, and then they'll ask bhiksha. And then they'll give gyan. That was the system. They'll give some gyan and awaken them to bhakti. But communists taught them, when you see sadhu, you throw stones at him. So they stopped going around, everything stopped, and the immorality increased. So now if the wrong person takes power, it's a big problem. That is one. Or if the wrong person takes position of sadhu, they're not sadhu. They manipulate, exploiting women or exploiting money, rich people. So therefore, this is complete collapse. So now what is Varnashram? Varnashram is made of two words, Varna and Ashram. Varna means occupation, Ashram means spiritual order. So Varna is Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Someone is born and he'll have a certain quality. It often depends on parents' quality, but not always. For example, Vyasadeva, if you observe, actually he was born, if you observe the birth, it's Shudra, but he was a Brahmin. Because he showed that quality, people they recognized him, accepted him as a Brahmin. Okay, and that happened many times. If you read Bhagavatam, there were sons of kings who were born, for example, Daksha. Parashuram was born in a Brahmana family, but he became a Kshatriya. And so when he exhibited the Kshatriya quality, everyone accepted and he showed it. But okay, he is incarnation of God. avatar. But I'm talking even normal kings. If you read Bhagavatam, you see they had like Daksha, he had sons. He told them, you do tapasya. Then you take birth, you marry, you produce progeny, and we're going to rule and populate, and you'll be kings in different provinces. They went to do their tapasya. They met Narad Muni. He preached to them. And they said, no, we want to dedicate our life to self-realization. We don't want to do anything else. Because they understood this is the goal of life. Why should we waste? So Narad Muni got angry. Daksha got angry, cursed Narad Muni. Oh, actually, Narad Muni did it 2 times. He had many sons. He told them, okay, go practice self-realization, get liberated. So he had more children, again told them, again, Narad Muni said, then he cursed him. So there we see they're born as Kshatriya, but they took a Brahmin role. So like that, how to decide, that is there, that is given. How to decide the Varna. Varna. So, but the point is that it says in this verse, Guna Karma Vibhagasha, according to the Guna and Karma, the quality and what work he likes to do, then you can divide them. So once they're divided up, they take their role and they're trained like that. Why should they do their role? Bhagavad-gita says, Swadharmam tam abhyarcha siddhim vindati manavaha. That if somebody, that is in chapter 18 somewhere, that if someone does their role in their varna and does bhakti, they will attain perfection. Even the Shudra can attain the highest perfection, love of God, if he follows his role. Even a woman, even a man, even a Vaishya, it's not only the Brahmin. But because they are liking or inclined for that work, they told you do this work. And at the same time, do bhakti, then you'll get perfection. Okay, so that is the reason they're told to do their work. They'll not be peaceful doing any of the work. That is their nature, to do one work. So do it and worship Krishna. Okay, so that is Varna. Then ashram. Regarding ashram, there are 4 ashrams: Brahmachari, Grahastha, Vanaprastha, and Sannyas. So what happens is that generally everyone will pass through all these orders. Everyone goes through Brahmachari ashram. Initially it was somewhat 15 years, 20 years. Then they'll get married and live the Grahastha ashram. Then Pancha Surdam Vanam Vrajet, they renounce at age 50 and then practice tapasya in renounced Vanaprastha, then sannyas. Some may not reach sannyas level. Okay, so now what is the point of the ashram system? These 4 ashrams. The goal was that people can attain self-realization. So they taught that in the beginning, who are you? What is your goal in life? What we have to do? All right. So they taught that, then they practice. But yeah, then it means that they at some stage get married. But it's not that they'll all get married. Some of the brahmacharis will not get married because the guru will see goal is to get self-realization. Did you understand? Can you practice? Yes. So they'll do that whole life. Those who cannot or who find difficulty, they'll get married and enter into the normal day-to-day duties. But after staying there for some time, they'll realize this world is full of misery. Then they'll return, they'll attain that gyan. Then they'll retire and renounce, then take sannyas and be at the same stage that the brahmachari was, the other one who did not get married. But the whole point of this ashram system is that gradually we'll go through it and attain detachment, because the goal of life is to attain knowledge and detachment from material life. Okay, so some will renounce in the beginning, others at the end. But actually, according to the Vedic system, that renunciation has to happen at some point. At some point it will happen, because the material world is designed so that we had so many desires to fulfill and enjoy. So come and enjoy, and then now come back. Liberation, mukti. Enjoy, yes, now come out. Or if you can come out, you come out now. So that is the ashram. Next is varna. The varnas have 4: Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Who puts the souls in the different varnas. Some will say, oh, why did God make them like this? Or why did God do this? Put them as Shudra? Why God made me born like this or that? No. Bhagavad-gita says, it is us. We in our past life behaved certain way and we had certain quality, had certain desire, so we took birth in a certain one. Again, varna means not just birth, but character. That is from past life. Okay, but now anyone will attain Krishna, any varna. But the thing is that not everyone can work in the same way. According to our quality, we work. So occupations according to the quality. Quality is guna. Now, quality is meaning what? Guna. Guna means sattva gun, rajagun, tamagun. You have some idea of that? Yeah. Do you know about that? Sattva gun. Now, if I were to say it how Prabhupada said, which is a very good definition, I thought, is that supposing 3 people get a fever. One got little fever. So fever means you're not normal condition. So one, immunity is very good, immunity. He didn't get so sick. So he's able to function a little bit, but little bit you can see sick. Second one got very sick. He completely not normal, you can see. And he's bedridden. Third one, very serious, emergency. Completely cannot eat, he cannot come, he had to go to hospital. So that's the third category, extremely, very, very sick. So now in this way, you have 3 types of people. So gun means, sattva gun means like that first one with high immunity. He got infected by Maya, but not so much. He's still able to understand what is what in this world. So some understanding. Second one got affected by Maya more. He's quite bewildered. He can't understand, I'm not the body, I'm the soul. And he uses the body to enjoy life and like that. Third category, tamogun, so seriously affected by Maya and material energy that he's almost mad. People in tamogun are kind of mad. Does not know what to do, what not to do in life, who is to be worshipped, who's not to worship. He doesn't know. So like that, you have the 3 classes, 3 varnas, not 4 varnas, but 3 gunas. And then the varna is based on this. Those who are sattvic can easily attain knowledge, can sit peacefully and read and understand what is what. They're given the Brahminical role, not given, they had, that is their role. They are Brahminical, so they're given that training. Okay, Brahminical. Then Kshatriyas in Rajagun. Rajagun means you have to be in Rajagun to fight and to do action, to get up and rule and have energy and And so Rajagun, they're Kshatriyas. Then Vaishyas are mixed, Rajagun and Tamogun. And Shudras are Tamogun. So they cannot really do anything but help others and get benefit by that. Okay, so now the varnas, based on that, the different varnas or the gunas determine the varna. So according to what you like to do, what you incline, they will do that. And they'll be happy to do that. Someone likes to study and read, he'll be given that. But if someone of Kshatriya nature, Vaishya nature, you force him, go to school, study, I don't want to study, I cannot do it, it's so disturbing, may not pass also. So this is a completely mess now, this civilization. How they organize a society, it's not good. Neither people are happy, so many are depressed, and then society doesn't function. You think we have an army of 1 million, but half of them won't fight, they'll run away. On the other hand, you have few. In the Mahabharata we read, there was Atirati, Maharati. You understand these terms? Atirati, Maharati. Yeah, Rati means Rath. So there's Ardharati. He cannot fight one person on a Rath. He has to be with someone else. Then you have, I don't know what are all of them, but one is like Maharati. He'll fight with maybe 1,000 Rath, people on the Rath, chariot, with a horse, with a bow and arrow. He can fight 1,000 or 10,000. What is the figure? I don't know. Then Maharati, Atirati, he'll fight many more. So what I'm saying is, if you have a properly trained Kshatriya, you don't need so many. They'll handle. In Vedic culture, there were different weapons. There was one, like it's called Urumi. Now, if you check in Kerala, they are training. It's a kind of sword which wraps up like a spring, but it's sharp both sides. Then it wraps up. You know what? You understand now what it's just like that. It goes up, then it wraps up. So they train. You do like that, it opens up. It goes very far, and like that, Now, like that, one person in few seconds can kill 10 people. So he can deal with a mob, of course, if they don't have a gun. But now, just like a mob of 100 people come, how will you fight? Actually, 5 such people will deal with them. These are Kshatriyas. Then you don't need the big army. You need few Kshatriyas. Okay, so now, according to that quality of Rajagun and ability to fight and all that, they'll be given proper training. And then the society will work. Okay, so therefore, according to the guna, they divide up. Okay. So now, why does heaven have different guna? You'll say, okay, it's according to guna. Why did God give me this guna? Why I'm like this? Why I'm like, whose fault? Bhagavad-gita says, depending on our past life, we'll get a certain body in this life. The body we get in this life, it says in chapter, I think 13, Shrotyam Sparsh, Shrotyam Chakshu, Shrotyam Chakshu, Sparshanam Cha, Rasanam, Granam Evacha. The jiva takes a certain eye, ear, nose, and skin, because these are the 5 senses, according to his past activities. Manaschaya Adhisthaya. These are all given access from the mind. Vishayan Upasevate. Then that soul tries to enjoy how he wanted. I give a practical example. Supposing someone likes to swim all the time and be in the water all the time, that is not the duty of a human being. He has to study Shastra and get self-realization. So then the system that determines which body we take in the next life, which is under Krishna, will observe this person likes to be in the water, but he has a human body. He cannot breathe. There's many things he cannot do. Okay, so therefore, he's given a body. Body means senses, grouping of senses. Now I said you get a certain type of ear, nose. He's given an eye which does not blink. Fishes don't blink. He's given. Why? Because underwater you have to be alert. There are sharks and so on, and you can look for your food. So their eyes are always open. Fishes. So that kind, and smell, they can smell where the food is. Kind of skin, which you can, underwater, this is no good. It will become wrinkled. Have you gone underwater? Many hours, you see. Yeah, hands, feet become wrinkled, but not the fish. So, God is merciful. You like to be in the water, you'll give in a fish body with a good skin, proper senses. So, in this way, we understand now the guna that we have, that we take a certain varna, is based on what was our activities in the past life. Based on that, we'll take a certain body. So therefore, we'll take a certain varna. So don't go blaming God or anyone. Actually, there's no problem. Someone, whatever varna they're in, they practice bhakti and get liberation. Who'll get liberation? We don't know. There's a famous story. Narad Muni was going to see Vishnu. So he met a cobbler. Cobbler said, where are you going? I'm going to see Vishnu. Oh, please ask Vishnu, when am I going to get liberation? He said, okay. He kept going, then he met a Brahmana. Brahmana, he said, ask Vishnu, when am I going to get liberation? He said, okay. So Narad Muni went to Vishnu and he told Vishnu, they're asking when they'll get liberation. Then Vishnu said, tell the cobbler he's coming next, very soon. And the Brahmana, he's not going to come soon. So then Narad Muni, how is that? He's a Brahmana. So then Vishnu said, you want to know? You go and tell them. When they ask you, what was I doing? Tell them I was putting an elephant through a needle. Little needle. I'm putting an elephant inside. Okay. So he went to the cobbler. Cobbler is supposed to be so-called lowest caste. He told the cobbler that, cobbler asked, you saw Vishnu? Yeah. So what was he doing? Then he was putting the elephant through the needle. Then Cobbler thought, see how great is my Vishnu. He can do anything. He'll do anything. He's so powerful. He has so many qualities. So next he went to the Brahmin. Told the Brahmin, he met Vishnu. Yeah, what was he doing? He was putting a elephant through a needle. What? How can someone do that? Are you sure? Yeah. I don't think so. How can someone do that? That's not possible. So then Narbunni understood. He didn't have faith. Adwan had faith. So Cobbler will go. So that means who will go? Depends on nature. On a bhakti, not the birth. Okay. So these are the different varnas. So now, all the four varnas are important in a society. We must have all four. Society will not work. There are some countries right now, they don't have Shudra caste grouping. So they can't run anything. Factory, they cannot. So they're importing. People are going from different countries just to work in their companies. That is in Europe. So many. In Europe, they're running factories and they have no one to come and work. Huh? Shipbuilding, factory, sweeping the road, whatever. Plumber, they don't have. And so now they had to bring from outside, other parts of EU, brought them for that. And others don't have businessmen. And so businessmen go from other countries and take over economy and run it. Others don't have educated class. So they're having to use the education of other country systems. They didn't properly develop. So in that way, which is the which of these four are essential? What do you think? Which of the four varnas are important? All of them. All of them. If you take out one, it will not, you have to have all four classes. Now, but having said that, I'll say one thing. Varnas represent a body of the society. You have the head thinks. Arms are the Vaishyas, they work. Kshatriyas are the hands. Then the stomach is the Vaishya. The feet are the Shudras. Now, if in the body you don't have hand, you can function. If you don't have legs, you can. But if you don't have a head, you cannot function. Therefore, Brahmanas are very important to guide society. Or society is dead, completely dead. Once Prabhupada landed in America, and a reporter came to him, Swamiji, so why have you come to America? He said, I came to give you a head. I came to give you a brain. They don't have Brahmin class, think, study Shastra and give them knowledge. So they're completely misguided in their day-to-day, whatever the goals they have. So that is now, so having said all varnas are important, but Brahmanas are very important. And so Prabhupada started ISKCON. He said, primarily first we are creating Brahmana class, but we have to re-establish this Varnashram. Therefore, I'm speaking about it. Otherwise, why will I speak if it's something gone and lost and we don't need it? No, it's needed now. And Prabhupada said we should re-establish it. Society will become peaceful. Rulers will be rulers, very good, pious, following Brahmanas. Brahmanas will be Brahmanas, not simply posing as Brahman, but they will be trained and will do that work. And society can get the highest knowledge. Even the lowest person can access Jyotish. And what is the law, Manu? Brahmanas will be educated. They'll be able to teach all these things to them. Society will get that knowledge. Then actually Vaishyas will be Vaishyas properly. So that is required. And so Prabhupada said to establish, to ISKCON, Varnashram should be re-established. You have to understand, a devotee, Vaishnav, actually is higher than a Brahman. So we may begin the process of bhakti, but not be fully there. But Vaishnav, you cannot call him Shudra like this. He is higher. But in the, now to show example, in ISKCON, people will take roles just to show, and then the society will start. Because not everyone can follow the full bhakti, at least they'll follow Varnashram and become purified. Then they'll be able to understand and gradually take up, follow. So in the second part of this verse, Krishna is saying that he is not the doer. Chaturvarna maya sishtam guna karma vibhagasha. the 4 orders of society are made by me according to the quality and work people like to do. But he says, Tasya kartaram apimam vidhi akartaram avyam. He says, although I created this system, but I'm not under it. Which Varna is Krishna? He's beyond. He's not in there. He may come as a cowherd, that he's just doing what he likes. This is for us, because Varnashram is supposed to elevate you to purity, higher level. Krishna doesn't need to elevate. If he needs to elevate, then why are we studying Gita? He's not pure. No, we know this is perfect knowledge. Krishna is perfect. And so we know, Krishna says that I am not in this system and I am unchangeable. That everyone who is in this world, they do their duty and they change. They'll get elevated. But Krishna does not change. He is Krishna. So in this way, we see that Krishna is not in Varnashram, and he, although like someone does something, he'll give advancement. But he's not affected at all. Whatever people do, he stays as he is, even though he's giving award. But Krishna is not directly giving these award, like someone becomes pure and Krishna gives that advancement. Actually, he's deputed everything. He's simply enjoying in that. Okay, so that is it. First chapter 4, text 13 on this topic. Any question? Yeah.
What is the idea of communism?
Communism. Communism has this idea that common people, all the common people are, everyone is a common, no one is higher. There is no rich man, no hierarchy. If you become rich, you cannot actually, because the owner is the state. State owns everything and everyone will work and enjoy the result. But the problem here is someone will work, someone will not work. Yeah, it happens. Others are lazy, they will not work. So, but then also enjoy the result. Also, another problem with communism is you say everything belongs to the state. Everyone is equal, they should work. But who's ruling? Government. Government will not be equal. They'll get big house, they'll take their benefits. Yeah. So in that way, they're not the same. In communism, we say they're the same, they're not. So communism is, just to answer you, communism means that everyone is having the same role and no one will get rich. Same social status, same wealth. Government decides everything. How many children you should have, what you should do, they'll manage. It's not very natural for human society to be like that. Very unnatural. That's communism. Okay. Can you, if anyone has a question, they can ask on the chat. Some people are here online. They can chat. Just let me know anyone has any question. Okay, so this is the last verse in chapter 4 out of 108 main verses of Bhagavad-gita. Chapter 4, we covered, this is the last. And next is chapter 5. Sunday, 11:30, we start with bhajan, half an hour. Class. Nothing, no question. Maybe no one is there. All right, people are there. All right.